Hey guys, welcome back to Chapter 1 and Beyond. Today's episode is all about the BookTube channels that I actually follow, and I really want to kind of talk about the BookTube community because I feel like there are quite a few amazing channels that I personally follow, and just overall, I've gotten some really amazing recommendations. So I think today is going to be a little different because, I mention all the time on my podcast that, I get a lot of recommendations. I hear about very similar books and mention certain titles, but I feel like it's worth noting and giving a hype for these individuals because quite a few of them put in a lot of work into their channels, and I'm very inspired by how intricate a lot of them are when it comes to the recommendations. So I mean, seriously, I want to hype them up. I want to be able to talk about it, and it is book-ish related, so why not? I know that this is a lot different than what I'm used to doing on my podcast, but just to kind of give you guys more context into not just steering away from my podcast, of course, but to kind of give you a little bit more broadened, recommendations if that's what you're looking for when it comes to your next read. So yeah, let's sit back, relax, and let's just dive right into it. So, when it comes to cozy fantasy reads, like murder mystery recommendations, thrillers, things like that, I go to a channel called Meg with Books. I've been following her for some time now, and I know that sounds like, I guess, I don't know, that's just the term, but it sounds kind of creepy that, I would say I've been following her. I haven't really been following her, but, I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been on her channel for more than 4 years, and her recommendations and, how she kind of, talks through, how she feels and everything about books, it inspired me actually to even begin and create my YouTube channel at first, and now it's kind of cultivated into this podcast. But she has some amazing recommendations. It's my go-to channel when I'm looking for murder mystery and thriller books, because she's just very, you could tell that's her niche genre, if you will. And it's just so fun watching quite a few of her her content on her channel. She's based out of the UK, which makes it even more fun, just because you're kind of getting not just people from the United States. It's great that this community kind of lengthens even into the UK and everything. So, definitely will put all of these channels in the description so that you guys can easily just click through and go check it out. But all of these individuals are on YouTube. So there is a large community of booktubers, and it's a good time. I actually started discovering BookTube back in, it's actually been about 5 or 6 years now. So I want to say 2020, 2019, relatively. So I mean, and I think a lot of these channels actually have been around even longer than that. So, but if you are looking for murder mystery, thriller, she's got some great recommendations on Meg with Books. When it comes to, horror thriller books, this next channel is actually kind of something I kind of expand on. At Gabby Reads, she has some amazing recommendations for thrillers and horror, and I think sometimes it gets sprinkled in with the mystery recommendations. She's she has this yearly annual reading challenge that she does with horror and thrillers and things like that. So definitely go check out her channel as well. She has a book club that's on Discord. I believe it's called the Book Troop. But she definitely has some fun content as well. But usually, she's posting up like romance, thriller, and horror on her channel. So a little bit of a mixed bag. I usually go there just for the thriller and the horror recommendations. So definitely go check her out. This next recommendation is kind of like a combination. I'm going to mention probably like a few channels when it comes to this. So, you guys know, like, when it comes to like my fantasy, my sci-fi, all the things, that is just like my peanut butter to jelly when it comes to the genre for my preference. So, I've been finding, excuse me, some great recommendations on Murphy Napier 42's channel. I've been finding some really great recommendations on Ian Goobley's channel. Ashlyn Kaylee, she has some great recommendations on her channel. Florence Harvey, she always has amazing recommendations when it comes to a plethora of genres, and I'll get into that in a minute. But also by Sid and Alexandra Roslin. Those are the remaining, well, and even Quarty too, but like when it comes to like fantasy and sci-fi, mainly with a few of these by Sid, Ian Goobley, and I would say even Ashlyn Kaylee and Quarty, they're more of like fantasy, sci-fi. I mean, Ian and Ashlyn, their husband and wife actually, they do quite a bit when it comes to like thrillers, classics. They kind of mix it up, which is awesome. I love it. Like even Ashley and Kaylee, she kind of mixes in like romance and literary fictions and classics. Like I've been getting like a lot of great recommendations on classics from her channel. So definitely go check them out as well. When it comes to Florence Harvey, she's like really into literary fiction. So I have found some really interesting reads, and started tapping into that genre because of her channel. And she's based out of the UK, if I didn't mention that. But she also has like fun little, bookish content games that she plays. She's got like TBR cards and things like that. But overall, like I would recommend her for like a lot of the literary fiction. Whereas Ian Goobley, he is more specific, like I mentioned, when it comes to like horror, sci-fi, fantasy. He sprinkles in some classics in there. I've been like finding some great recommendations when it comes to like getting introduced to like Stephen King. He's definitely very knowledgeable when it comes to Stephen King, so I definitely recommend his channel if you are looking for more of like content revolved around Stephen King. He's very knowledgeable when it comes to it. He actually really helped me a lot when it comes to like classic Stephen Kings, and now I've been like kind of diving into those. Let's see. I know I'm bouncing around a little bit. Quarty is just hilarious in itself. She's great. She's based in the U.S. as well. I've been finding like a lot of like anime-esque, manga-esque recommendations and fantasy. I believe I found some sci-fi like recommendations, but she's actually the one that created the Herkyed 2.0, 3.0, and etc. challenge. So that's really big on her channel, but she's really funny. Definitely recommend her if you're looking for, little humor with the bookish content, if you will. But yeah, I mean, and she puts in a lot of work with her Herkyed challenges, so definitely go check her out. I know I've mentioned Herkyed in the past, and I mean, after reading, the Herkyed 3.0 challenge that she just announced, I've been going back and forth because I'm like, I really don't have the time to commit, but I noticed too that she's got different versions of it this time. One of the versions says I ain't got time for that, which I found that really funny. So yeah, I don't know. I've been going back and forth, but I think like she's amazing just because of the fact that she kind of hypes up, just expanding and broadening your reading choices with that challenge. Which I mean, I feel like sometimes, with the BookTube community, BookTok community, we do fall into this realm of like constantly reading very similar titles that are hyped up, just and like honestly, I like that some of these challenges really challenge beyond like our comfort zone, if you will. So, and that's kind of why, like, I was starting to pursue, like, Herkyed 2.0 last year. I definitely failed that challenge, like, by tenfold. There was no way I was blacking out that game board. I mean, maybe I could give it a whirl again, but, it's a really, really hard reading challenge, and I don't have that kind of time. So, but yeah, she's great. I love what she does on that channel, and definitely recommend checking her out. Alexandra Roslin, she is also based in the US as well. I've actually gotten some really great spooky and middle grade recommendations from her. I think honestly, if I remember correctly, she like mentioned that she went to school for I think she was like she went to school for like librarian studies or something like that. So she's constantly reading books and she's like really punching out some great recommendations. So yeah, I mean, if you're kind of looking for like more of a variety, I would definitely say Alexandra Roslin is definitely a good choice for finding a little bit more variety. By Sid, she is based in the US as well. And actually, I've been following her BookTube channel for about, I think I want to say like 3 or 4 years. It's been a little bit less than some of the other ones that I've been following. But for the most part, I've been finding that, like she definitely has some great recommendations for sci-fi, fantasy. She has like some literary fiction on there as well. She's got like this game that she does like kind of like spin the bottle like type deal with the reading prompts. She does like weekly reviews and things like that. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a good time. Like, definitely recommend her as well. So, I mean, you can't go wrong with any of these channels that I mentioned. And, I know this is probably like really random and everything, but definitely love being able to kind of share with you guys where you can get like recommendations outside of these algorithms. Because I know sometimes with YouTube, we kind of get sucked into like, hey, I just watched a video on, Sarah J. Maas's Throne of Glass. So now I'm going to get all these other channels that sometimes will mention Sarah J. Maas. And then you kind of get sucked into like similar, book recommendations. Whereas these ones, I would say like you're definitely getting a lot wider of a variety. Yes, there may be some overlap with the recommendations, but it's really, I feel like you get a lot of different things. And then obviously here on this podcast, I'm going to constantly give you guys like random recommendations. It's not going to be always the same. So yeah, I wanted to start this episode with that. The second part of this episode I want to talk about is I am very, very surprised, but I am almost to 60 published episodes on this podcast. And I know when I first started this podcast, I came in with this goal of, hey, I want to see how many, physical books I can read off of my shelf and how much I can like kind of shrink down those numbers. So I wanted to talk about my progress because a lot of you have been here from the start, and I wanted to share with you like kind of where I'm at when it comes to how many more books I have left to read, and how well I'm doing with this. But I know I mention quite often, hey, I'm always constantly looking for like new secondhand books and everything like that. But I'm going to be honest with you, I've been doing really, really well on not buying new books. Because I will officially say that I have less than 7 shelves left out of my 4+ bookshelves. So, I mean, I'm doing pretty good. I have mentioned to you guys that I do have like TBR carts and stuff, but even those TBR carts are like not even full. I've been like kind of reading on rapid fire, and I've been really, really proud of myself because I've been really plowing through my physical TBR. And like a lot of the books that I do have left are in a series. They're very large series, like some like Throne of Glass, like I'm in the middle of that one. I'm on book 3, I believe, of that one. And then Dungeon Crawler Carl, I'm almost on book 4 of that series. And then, we have several other series that I could rattle off as well. So there's like a few series that I have not started yet, and I'm purposely putting it off because I would love to just get through a lot of these series that I'm in the middle of. And I've mentioned that to you guys in the past, but I believe my physical TBR had started at close to 348 books. And actually, since being able to read through a lot and offload a bunch of books, I think I'm down to like 302 books left on my like physically owned, and then I think I only have about like 140 books left to physically read. So, I'm very proud of myself because I did not expect this podcast inspired me to read on a way higher elevated level than what I've been doing. I mean, granted, a lot of my intake of books is via audiobook, and there is nothing wrong with that, but I will say that it has like kind of changed my perspective of how I enjoy books, because there's been some books that I wish that I would have kind of enjoyed via audiobook because it just increases the experience of the adventure, so to speak. So yeah, so I just cannot even begin to tell you how proud I am of myself because I will say this, like I do see a lot of channels, not the ones that I listed here per se, but there are other channels that I did not mention that they're just purely buying books like crazy, and it feels like there's a lot that they have to read, and they're just constantly doing book haul after book haul after book haul, and I'm like, do you even have time to read all these? So it feels like more of just like, hey, I bought this book. Hey, I got the money for this. And it's not really much of, like really reading through your physical TBR is what I'm trying to get at. So, but yeah, I don't know. Like I just like thank you all for continuing to support this podcast. Please go check out those channels that I am going to put in the description, because they definitely deserve all the hype. I'm definitely going to put their names and then the link. I'm hoping that with character limits and stuff, I'm hoping it doesn't cut anyone's off. But yeah. If there are any BookTube channels that you would recommend to me, definitely send them my way. If you're on YouTube, definitely leave me a comment. Please like, subscribe, and share the podcast because it means a lot to me when I know my content is getting out there and people are enjoying it. And if you're not enjoying it, then I don't know why you're still sticking around here. But, it is what it is. But thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And until the next episode, take care. Bye, guys.